army men, I guess, with bulletproof vests. They even had a K9 unit.
Bomb threats all over the country and right here at home today. The latest on the investigation and who was targeted in these threatening emails. New details on a fire in Cathedral City that we first brought you live last night as it was happening in a business complex on Perez Road. New information tonight on the investigation.
Now, live from the Desert's news leader, this is Breaking News.
Hello, I'm John White. Karen Devine has the night off. Breaking news tonight in Palm Springs, a deadly crash on Gene Autry Trail. That major road in Palm Springs closed tonight from Tamara's to Chiva. News Channel 3's Lauren Coronado is on scene right now with up-to-the-minute details for us. Lauren.
Yeah, traffic is a mess for people who are trying to be on this road right now. You really want to avoid the area between Ramon and Vista Chino. This is still an ongoing and active situation. Right now, you can still see investigators out there taking photos of the crime scene. It's pretty dark out here. It's hard to tell, but you can see the green truck there. It really looks like it's wrapped around that palm tree there. Now, authorities tell us the driver was heading southbound when he somehow went over the median, ended up on the northbound lanes, and you see that car where it's landed there. Unfortunately, the driver of the car, a man, we can now confirm has died. As far as the passenger who was in the car with him, he was extricated from the car, so authorities were able to rescue him and take him to a nearby hospital with what they're saying moderate injuries. Now, a little bit closer to the left side of your screen, you're going to see more authorities out there. You can see they're kind of stationed there as they continue to investigate what's going on here. They are expected to have the road closed for the next several hours. At this point, it would be about 3 more hours, so that might be a problem for people during their morning commute. But we'll stick around and see how much longer they plan on investigating out here. We still don't know what caused the driver to go over the median and end up where that car ended right now, but we are going to continue to learn more details and bring that to you as soon as possible, and even online as well, kesq.com, for those who are interested in finding out what their morning commute is going to look like. Reporting live in Palm Springs, Lauren Coronado, News Channel 3.
Exactly. Get an update on News Channel 3 in the morning before you head out tomorrow on that major road closure. Thank you, Lauren. No credible threats. That's the outcome tonight after the Sheriff's Department handled at least 20 calls today about bomb threats sent in emails. And law enforcement was busy all over the country handling similar calls. There were about a dozen of those calls made right here in the Coachella Valley. Before heading out to that breaking story tonight, News Channel 3's Lauren Coronado filed this report on the local schools and businesses impacted.
Some of the kids were really nervous. Some of them were even crying, but the teachers stayed calm. A lot of us stayed calm.
Garen Sharukian is a 4th grade student at Sacred Heart Catholic School in Palm Desert. He's one of 650 students evacuated, lining up on the field as police and bomb-sniffing dogs flooded the hallways.
Everybody was really worried, some guy planted a bomb in our school.
The school receiving a threatening email similar to this one. Subject line, think twice.
There is a bomb, in parentheses, tetrol, in the building where your business is located.
Jack Lacey, a Palm Springs business owner, says he received the same threat.
There will be many wounded people if it detonates.
More police rushing to the scene. Meanwhile, an IT company also evacuating. Their employees working to get to the bottom of it, saying they tracked the email they received back to Russia.
Looked at the emails that were coming in, and they're being generated from a Russian source. So this is all, there's nothing local happening, there's nothing actually happening here. It's just some sort of Russian company throwing these out there, trying to see how many people they can fool into sending them $20,000.
Something Sergeant Willison with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department says is a hoax.
A hoax or a scam. It does appear to be a mass-delivered email to numerous locations throughout Riverside County, throughout the state of California, and throughout the United States at this point in time. There, in fact, was no threat to public safety and no threat moving forward.
Lauren Coronado, News Channel 3.
Scandal at City Hall. Lawyers for former Palm Springs Mayor Steve Pugnay and developers John Westman and Richard Meany will be back in court tomorrow in Indio. The attorneys have been asking for more time to review 150,000 pages of evidence seized from City Hall in 2015. Westman, Meany, and Pugnay are all facing bribery and perjury charges in connection with the downtown redevelopment project, including the new Kimpton The Rowan Hotel, which was completed after this scandal broke. They all pleaded not guilty last October. Stay with News Channel 3 for any new developments on the scandal at City Hall. A jury is now seated for the trial of a man accused of killing a Palm Springs senior citizen. 52-year-old Jason Broken charged with the killing of 74-year-old Kenneth Moody. Moody's body was found on the side of a road in Sky Valley in January of 2012. Prosecutors allege that Broken visited Moody at his home on Gem Drive and asked if he could use Moody's shower and then killed him in a bedroom. A motive has not been disclosed. Opening statements in that trial now set for Monday morning at the Larson Justice Center in Indio. Winter is still a week away for us, but we're feeling the chill at night here in the desert. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Haley Clausen tracking your conditions. Haley, even with these cool nights, our weather is incredible this time of the year.
Absolutely. This is December in the desert. Yeah. Temperatures are down in the 40s for many of our valley cities. That's what we're going to be waking up with tomorrow. But our afternoons have just been absolutely fantastic. This afternoon we came in with a high temperature of 73 degrees in Palm Springs. That's warmer than what we should be. No complaints, lots of blue sky overhead. But those clear conditions aren't going to be with us for much longer. Clouds are actually on their way as we speak, arriving from the west. They'll continue to move across Southern California as we head overnight into tomorrow morning and really be with us throughout tomorrow afternoon. And because of the addition of those clouds, tomorrow afternoon is going to be cooler than what we felt today. Really just looking to have those highs climb into the 60s because as those clouds continue to push overhead, that's going to be limiting our daytime heating. So a little cooler than what we felt this afternoon. But how long will it last? I'll let you know. My complete First Alert forecast.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Haley. We're learning the identity of a bicyclist killed in a crash this morning in Rancho Mirage. Next on News Channel 3, new developments on this crash witnessed by our chief photojournalist right here at News Channel 3. And an update on a fire in Cathedral City that we first brought you live breaking news coverage on last night. You're watching the Desert's News Leader. We now know the name of a bicyclist killed in a crash this morning in Rancho Mirage. 32-year-old William Campbell was killed on the eastbound side of Ramon Road just before 7 this morning. The driver of a car telling authorities another car caused him to lose control. News Channel 3 chief photojournalist Christopher Flicker was a witness and was interviewed by deputies.
I was in shock. I mean, I've seen a lot of bad stuff in my career, and this is the worst thing I've seen. Just to see the guy fly up and do a cartwheel in the air and then land, it was just the most surreal thing. I mean, it'll haunt me for years.
The driver of the car did pull over and was seen speaking with deputies before he was handcuffed. No word tonight if he'll face charges. A woman and her pets are out of their home tonight after a kitchen fire in Palm Desert. The fire first reported just before 2 this afternoon in a home on Bel Air Road. That's in South Palm Desert. Crews were able to quickly contain the flames. Firefighters had to give oxygen to one of the woman's cats. The American Red Cross is helping the woman tonight. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. New details tonight on a fire last night in Cathedral City. We brought you live breaking news coverage on this last night at 11. We've now learned the vacant building on Perez Road has been up for sale for about $4.5 million. Investigators say they've narrowed down the origin of the fire to 2 small rooms and a hallway. The building was vacant at the time of the fire, so there are no reports of any injuries. A Cathedral City Fire Department battalion chief says that one of the last businesses to occupy the space was a marijuana dispensary about 3 to 4 months ago. Damage tonight estimated at about $1.5 million, and it may be difficult to figure out exactly how the fire started.
The roof that came in is on top of all the evidence, so now we have to peel that back, and then the insulation, and then the drywall, and work our way down to the floor and what was originally there when the incident started.
The battalion chief says they're working to rule out a number of possibilities. Stay with News Channel 3 for any new developments. The father of a robbery victim says he was told cameras in La Quinta Park were not working when his son was attacked earlier this week. Tonight, the city is saying that's not the case. The city released a statement to us. The cameras were operational. However, they were unable to identify the suspects of the robbery due to the dark lighting conditions. The city is moving forward to purchase new cameras that have night vision so that if there is a crime, it can be captured on camera. Garrett Harker was walking home through the park at Westward Ho and Adams when he says he was attacked from behind this week. If you have any information about this case, call Valley Crime Stoppers at 760-341-STOP. Tips can remain anonymous, and you may be eligible for a cash reward. A man who has been very vocal about his opposition to the RoboLights holiday display in his neighborhood in Palm Springs is now facing some legal problems of his own tonight. Friedrich Koenig was arrested December 3rd at the RoboLights home on Gran Via Belmonte. Police say he was drunk and causing a disturbance in a public place. They also say he resisted arrest. Koenig has appeared on our newscast urging city leaders to shut down RoboLights. The city this year struck a deal with the RoboLights homeowner that calls for this to be the last time the event is held at his home before being moved to a commercial venue next year. Koenig is free on bail and is due to be arraigned next month. Authorities say the man who shot and killed 3 people and injured several others in France is dead tonight. Next on News Channel 3, how police say they tracked down the suspect.
And we have been enjoying clear skies all throughout this Thursday, Friday. We're going to change things up just a little bit, a lot of it, in regards to a lot of clouds that are headed our way. I'm tracking them. I'll show you where they're at, where they're headed, how long they will last. Coming up next, you're watching News Channel 3, the desert's news leader.
Police in France say the man who opened fire near a Christmas market this week, killing 3 and wounding 13, has been shot and killed by authorities tonight. As Ian Pinnell reports, the French National Police issued a statement thanking the public for their help in finding the attacker.
We're just at the edge of the cordon here. This is where the police operation took place tonight, where they finally honed in on their prime suspect, Sharif Shakat. From the authorities, what we know happened was that earlier this evening, 3 policemen were out on patrol and they spotted someone who seemed to match the description of the suspect. As they approached him, he turned round and raised his gun. We believe it was a pistol, and shot at the policeman. They returned fire, engaged him, and in the quotes of the Interior Minister, they neutralised him. A source at the French Public Prosecutor's Office has told ABC News, in other words, they killed him. A lot of relief here tonight. People are hoping that this is the end of the affair. Now, to remind you of what happened, this was almost 48 hours ago now, that Sharif Shakat opened fire just off the central Christmas market, the famous Christmas market here in Strasbourg. Tragically, 3 people were killed, a dozen injured. 1 is said to be in a very grave condition. The police are continuing their investigation, but so far there's no indication that Shakat was part of any wider network. We know that members of his family have been detained, and so far we're not aware that they've been released, but there's been no suggestion that there was any bigger group that he was part of. And perhaps the fact that after the night of the attack, when he was wounded by French military, the fact that he returned to his neighbourhood, which is where he was discovered tonight, would suggest that there certainly wasn't another network that he could readily tap into, but we're waiting for details from French officials. But as that famous Christmas market reopens, I think it will be a new normality where people will certainly be extra vigilant. Ian Pannell, ABC News, Strasbourg, France.
12 people are recovering tonight after an early morning fire in Queens, New York. The fire broke out in a storefront, quickly growing to 5 alarms, engulfing the block. Firefighters were fighting flames on the roof, trying to pry open a front door when that powerful explosion right there engulfed a number of them in clouds of smoke, sending them scrambling for their safety.
I was outside and I couldn't breathe. I had to go.
We're suspecting a backdraft type of situation, a smoke explosion which caused the structure to collapse.
The blast injured 7 firefighters and 5 civilians. Fortunately, all of the reported injuries are minor, with the exception of 1 civilian who was seriously injured with fractures but is expected to survive.
Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Haley Clausen.
A wonderful Thursday here in the Coachella Valley. Our afternoon highs were in the 70s. We love it, yes, because what's an average high? Actually in the upper 60s. So what we were feeling today is warmer than what's considered normal for this time of year. Our mornings, well, those are chilly and, well, it's to be expected. That is right about what is normal. So we're going to keep this going, but tomorrow we're actually going to switch this up and we're going to be bringing 60s to the Coachella Valley, and it's all because of clouds. And when we look at our water vapor imagery, you can really get a sense of where all of that moisture is right now. Predominantly still out over the eastern Pacific, but this is working its way further towards the east and will be making its way deeper inland as we head overnight and into tomorrow. So when we're looking at that high resolution radar, those clouds already trying to work their way across the Coachella Valley, what we're experiencing right now are really high upper level clouds, where those denser clouds will be with us as we make our way into tomorrow afternoon. And so because of those clouds arriving, that's going to be limiting our daytime heating. And that's why those temperatures will really only find themselves in the 60s for tomorrow. So clouds with us for Friday. Any rain, though, stays well towards the north. What we're experiencing is just moisture in the form of clouds overhead. We're still going to be keeping it very dry down here at the surface. Relative humidity just about 25%, which is like what we felt today. Those clouds will be short-lived, yes, with us throughout our entire Friday, but making our way into Saturday morning, those clouds will be pushing further and further towards the east, leaving us with fantastic conditions for the rest of our Saturday as well as our Sunday. Now, tomorrow is going to be another chilly day like today. Palm Springs woke up this morning 45 degrees. Many of our valley cities already in the 40s at this hour. Get ready for it. Sunrise time at 43, partly cloudy skies, and more of those clouds push in as we head throughout the afternoon. But temperatures will still be climbing into the upper 50s by the mid-morning and then only into the upper 60s by the afternoon. And still they're going to struggle to do so. It's really about how much sunshine can get filtered down as to how warm we will be. Winds will be staying nice and light, which is always fantastic. We don't need to deal with those pesky winds. We want a fantastic Friday, and that's what we're getting. But an even better Saturday and Sunday if you like it a little warmer and a little sunnier. Returning into the low and mid 70s all across the valley. Nice. And then we'll talk about some more clouds again on Monday, but not quite as intensive as what we'll experience
78
tomorrow.
right before Christmas.
Yeah, it's going to get a little warmer next week. So
We're pretty fortunate.
wear the Christmas sweaters tomorrow.
There you
Next
go.
week, not so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Haley. Tomorrow morning, George Stephanopoulos will interview President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, in a Good Morning America exclusive. It'll be Cohen's first response since being sentenced to 3 years in prison yesterday. Tomorrow on Good Morning America. A military plane crashed into the ocean off the coast of Hawaii, and it was all caught on camera. Next on News Channel 3, how the pilot was able to survive the crash right in the circle there. You're watching the Desert's News Leader. A military jet crashes off the coast of Hawaii, and it's all captured on video. As Natalie Brunell reports, the pilot is in critical condition after ejecting from the plane just before it hit the surface.
Watch as this 1950s-era fighter jet, part of a Hawaii Air National Guard exercise, plunges toward the ocean near Honolulu. That tiny black dot is the pilot, Navy veteran Matt Pothier, ejecting just before the plane hits the water. Nearby boaters recording the impact as they rushed in to help.
Seeing if he was okay, if anything was hurting, and then he was like, no, I'm just tangled in my parachute. So I started untangling from his parachute.
The pilot was a 47-year-old civilian contractor flying a British-made Hunter Hawker jet.
He said both of his engines died and he lost all thrust.
The military often hires contractors to simulate enemy fighters in these exercises. Those exercises have now been suspended. That boater you heard from happened to be trained in untangling parachutes and said the pilot gave him the patch off his uniform to say thank you. As for the flight, this is the private contracting firm's fourth crash of a Hunter jet since 2012, 2 of which were fatal. Natalie Brunell, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Olivia Colman will receive the Palm Desert Achievement, Palm Achievement Award at the 30th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Olivia Colman will receive the festival's top actress honor for her portrayal of Queen Anne in The Favorite. Her co-star in the film, Emma Stone, who attended the gala in 2017, will present Colman with the Desert Palm Achievement Award. Had a couple of words backwards earlier on there. Past recipients of the award include Halle Berry, Cate Blanchett, and Sandra Bullock. We'll have live coverage from the red carpet of the awards gala on January 3rd, right here on News Channel 3. Desert Palm Achievement. Much better than Palm Desert Achievement. Sports up next tonight at 11. A lot of basketball. Lakers and Clippers both on the road. Plus some high school highlights. And, of course, the Chargers and Chiefs. Oh, what a classic game this one was. Blake will have complete coverage coming up on the Best Local Sports Show. You're watching News Channel 3, the Desert's News Leader.
This is the Best Local Sports Show with Sports Director Blake Arthur.
Wow, what a game it was between the Chargers and Chiefs tonight in Kansas City. The highly anticipated showdown lived up to the hype with two of the top teams in the NFL. Just so happens they're in the same division. AFC West title hanging in the balance. 10-3 Chargers against the 11-2 Chiefs. Here we go. A lot on the line. These teams left it all out on the field. Chiefs up 14-7. Damian Williams. That made it 21-7 Kansas City. Chargers stayed the course though. Mike Williams, he had a huge game. Takes a misdirection pitch to the house. 21-14. The Bolts right back in it. Back to the Chiefs though. Williams again. For what it's worth, picked him up on the fantasy squad this week. It was nice seeing this. Producer Kevin Davis and my assistant with fantasy, he's helping me out. Chargers down 14 in the final 5 minutes. No Melvin Gordon, no Eckler, so Justin Jackson. Chargers cut it to 7. Game on the line here, 4th and 8. Rivers. Wow, what a pass. Right in the breadbasket, and then Rivers. 8 seconds left. 1st and goal to Mike Williams. Second TD catch of the night for Williams. Chargers say, hey, we didn't come here to tie. We came here to win. Let's go for 2, and guess who? Williams. How did he get that wide open? I have no idea, but the Chargers, they don't care. They complete the crazy comeback. That celebration says it all right there. They win a wild one on the road against the rival Chiefs. 29-28 the final at Arrowhead.
You know, we was going to go for 2 the whole time at the end of that game because I believe in these guys. We didn't come here to tie. We came here to win. And so to me, it was a no-brainer. It's good to be in the playoffs, but we're not done. We want to win this division. So we got work to do, and we're going to need a little help to get that done, but that's our goal.
What a win for the Chargers. They are now tied with the Chiefs atop the AFC West, 11-3. LA also punched their ticket to the playoffs, but now it's down to 2 games to try and win the division. NBA Lakers in Houston against James Harden and the Rockets. I don't know what he's wearing, but whatever it is, it works. Nationally televised game. Harden brought his game. He went off. The dunk there gets by Lonzo Ball, puts it on JaVale McGee. Oof, flex on him. The beard, he had it going on. More Harden, little step back, 3, and the foul. Highlight hog tonight in this one. Harden was feeling it. LeBron did his thing. He had 29 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. LeBron always doing his thing. Look out. But look, this was the James Harden show. He was too much. 50 points, yes, 50, 5-0, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, a 50-point triple-double. Man, that's just crazy. Rockets winning 126-111. Lakers fall to 6-7 on the road this season. Clippers in San Antonio against the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge and Rudy Gay. Big nights for them. Clippers continue their rough patch. They get blown out, 125-87. Clips have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Doesn't get any easier for them. They're on the road against the Thunder. That game's on Saturday. High school hoops battle for first in the Boys Desert Valley League. 29 Palms in Indio. Number 35 for the Rajas. This is my guy, man. He's just making plays. Nice take there. 29 didn't have their best night, but still a bucket here for the highlight. Both teams local, so got to feature both teams in the highlight. That's part of being the Best Local Sports Show. Back to my man for the Rajas. The bank open on a Thursday night. Straight cash, homie. And then Isaiah Riley getting in on the fun. Rajas look to be for real. Indio 4-0 in league and alone in first place. They roll the Wildcats 75-56 at home. We're going to finish with some girls water polo real quick. La Quinta rolls Rancho Mirage. Savannah Hampton, the name to know. Easy win for La Quinta, 27-5. Going to be tough for anyone to keep up with them in league as they roll to 2-0 in Desert Empire play.
So what a game tonight. You know, LA in the Super Bowl is possible.
Would be pretty cool.
Could happen.
Let's do it.
We'll see what goes on. That is tonight's News Channel 311. News Channel 3 in the morning comes your way tomorrow at 5 a.m. Have a great night. Sorry.